All right. Just a little traversing. Oh gosh, avalanche. All right. So, I am at a county park today. Never been here before. I used ChatGPT and I asked it, where are my highest chances of finding colonial coins on the east end of Long Island? And this was its #1 pick. I'm sure I've seen this on a map. I've definitely heard of it over the years, but it was a little tough kind of getting here. You know, this is a big park. Once I got in the park, wasn't really sure where I was going. I thought you could drive onto the beach, but it said official vehicles only, so I turned around. I don't know. We made it. We made it to the beach. So we're gonna give this a go. I'm thinking the beach and even some of this bluff, but certainly this shoreline. I mean, so a little bit of history. It might be hard to tell, but this goes all the way out and there's a lighthouse there. Now, from what I understand, there was a hurricane in the early 1900s that connected this little land bridge to the lighthouse. That used to be an island. Where the lighthouse is, it is no longer an island. I guess this is a peninsula. I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that. But the boats used to come in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, etc., and would port in this cove here. And then they'd take little boats to shore, similar to one of the other spots that I frequently detect and where I've found some history. I found a shoe buckle from the 1700s, probably my best find to date. It's an amazing feeling holding something like that in your hands, especially when it comes from the ground of where you live. It's crazy. But all right, enough yapping. I'm gonna get to it. So because I kind of started in the middle, I mean, we have that whole cove down there, goes all the way out to that island. And then there's this here, around this bend, I believe it's another cove. So I think I'm gonna check this out first. And then probably head back around this way. I mean, we got plenty of time today. It's a beautiful day. We're about to get hit with a blizzard tomorrow into Monday. They're calling for possibly around 2 feet of snow. All right, well, here's the first signal of the day. Hopefully you can see that, just in case you can't. It's definitely lead. I don't know if you can see that the sprue, I guess is what they call it, for musket balls anyways. This seems a little small to be a musket ball, but the internet tells me that it's very hard to identify musket balls. Again, I don't think this is a musket ball. It's pretty small. But it also doesn't seem that modern, but I could be totally wrong. So if you know, I'd love to learn. All right, second signal here. That's the cleanest it's read up. It was kind of jumpy before. It's still a little jumpy, but it was even jumpier. It's out of the hole. Ooh, might be a bottle cap. That's the vibe I'm getting. Stand by, we'll get the pinpointer. All right, this has been a weird one. Still on the second target. I almost gave up on it. It just kind of disappeared. I heard the machine was kind of giving out. It sounded like it was maybe just iron. It sounded very bottle cappy, but now I'm getting a cleanish 45. From my research, colonial coins can be very, because of the fact that they're probably degraded or whatever, they can be really iffy signals. So, I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up and think that I have a colonial coin here, but it would be pretty cool. All right, well, we have a coin. It's looking modern. That's a dime. Ooh, I thought maybe that was silver. No, it looks like 1970 something, so 1974, that's not silver. 10 years earlier, that would have been silver. I don't know, it's really hard to tell if this is working for you guys or not. We'll try it a couple times, but pretty cool. All right, and just a few feet away from that signal, $1966, 2 years away from the silver. All right, so in between that hole that we just dug and the hole we dug before that, there's more signals. A little unstable, but they're there. You know, I've covered about 10 feet. I might have to start cherry picking these because I do want to get further than where we are. We haven't really made any progress towards that point. All right, more lead shot or whatever this is. This one has a little hole, kind of. I don't know, that could just be impact damage. And it does seem to also have a, well, that could be impact damage. It's kind of flat on top, or that's part of the sprue where they cut it off. And the first one I found had a seam, which is in line with, I believe, how they make, you know, how they made old musket balls. I'm not saying that these are old musket balls. I'm just saying maybe they're older than that dime and quarter that we just found. So who knows? We'll do a little research. Let's dig up this other signal. All right, well, I just got off the phone with Eric. He's done with his puzzle competition. He's gonna head out here. It's a bit of a trip, but I respect it. I'm excited. We're gonna keep moving. I'm gonna skip this. I can't find this other signal I thought I had. It's, oh boy. All right, we're not skipping nothing. We're gonna dig that. All right, it's out of the hole. It's another iffy signal, man. I think I see it. That looks like a shell case. I don't know what that is. Is that a shell case, part of a button, maybe a modern button, or a maybe not a button, but a rivet of some kind. Hopefully you can even see it. I don't know. We will hang on to that and take a look, because you just never know. Could be some old stuff. All right, we got an interesting one here. High 50s, showing up as non-ferrous. It's also weirdly, this is a weird spot right now. It's flashing down to 3, but it's still saying non-ferrous. All right, now it's a little cleaner. Oh, is that a coin? That's a coin. Oh, it's a dime, but it was ringing up pretty high. Not silver, once again. 1977. Yep, 1977. Dang, but these are cleaning up so nice. This beach has preservatives. It's crazy. That was also ringing up at like a 55. I mean, I would have really thought that was a silver dime. All right. We will keep that. Moving on. All right, that's a dig me. What is that? Ain't no way that's gold. I'll tell you that much. Right? Gosh, I do not. No, that's not gold. It's like, I don't even know. It's It's gold colored. We'll see if there's anything else there. Rang up like gold, but that's gonna be trash. Probably part of some sunglasses. Man, that would have been weird to find gold right off the bat like that. It's pretty crazy how much we're missing out on because all this snow, but hey, at least we're out here. By tomorrow evening and Monday, it's gonna be a whole different scene. All right, just dug this up, rang up like a 48 out of a 60 on the Legend. It's open on one end and it's closed off on the other end, and it looks pretty purposeful. I don't know. I assume this is some kind of bronze or brass or copper. It's really straight, or mostly straight. It's not, I can't say it's perfect. It might be bent a little bit, but it doesn't seem like a piece of just scrap. It's kind of heavy. It seems like it's got some purpose to it. I don't know how to really describe that, but hopefully you know what I mean. Because I find plenty of just copper, you know, brass, whatever scrap that just seems, it's scrappy. It's like, it seems like it's broken off something. This seems purposeful. Again, maybe it's just positive thinking. Me trying to make sense of this place and the history that it holds. We'll see. I'll hang on to it, clean it up, maybe do a little research on it. Wishful thinking is what I meant to say, not positive thinking. All right, moving on. All right, well, we finally made it around that bend. It's not as much of a bend as I thought, actually, but there's plenty of beach still, and I think there is a deeper harbor past this point here. But here's probably the cleanest signal of the day. .43, .44. Let's see, this seems like a more accessible spot for modern day people to gather, so I'm hopeful, but this could just be some modern trash. .3-ounce lead sinker. Number 3, right there. All right, admittedly, I just had to walk over here. You see this eroding bluff here. It just looks like a good spot to look for arrowheads. But I was swinging. I mean, that's kind of right at the bottom, but nice clean 40. Probably gonna be more lead, if I'm being honest. I don't know how or why, but oh, we got 2 signals here. Let's see what we got. Okay, that's a pull tab. Yep, that is a modern penny. See if we can get a year. Yeah, it looks like 1993-ish, something like that, but we'll take that. Moving on. The ultra rare blue pull tab. All right, we got a shotgun cartridge, whatever this is called. Hopefully you can see that. I had to lower the screen brightness a lot to try and save battery, so I can't really see right now. But it says Winchester number 12 leader. You know, I wonder if there's if that's any history at all. If I put this right up against, or if this is just kind of modern day garbage. But when I say history, you know, is it like early 1900s, late 1800s? I don't know. We can do a little bit of research on that, but we're gonna keep moving. Now that I think about it, when I was doing research on this place, on this park that I'm at, I believe it was known to be a hunting lodge up until the early 1900s, and then the town or the county bought it from them, or it was gifted. One way or another, the county acquired it. So that would actually make sense. That could be a little bit of history there. Another penny. Very modern. Zinc. All right, second bottle cap I found. And speaking of bottle caps, here's a plastic one. Take that off the beach. All right, that's a clean 32. All right, so it looks like, I will double check the hole. Looks like this is another shotgun cartridge, or part of one anyways. Made in USA, Peters HV, number 12. Made in USA. No bottle cap, but an old pull tab. All right, this is pretty cool. We're getting pretty bluffy over here. This would be awesome to pull something old out of this. I mean, you see how it's just kind of eroding right out from under itself. Look, I can already look at that. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it, but look. That's a can, which is crazy. How is there a can there? I mean, it always amazes me where trash ends up. I would think anything that would be in here would just be old. But doesn't mean that there's not old stuff in here just because of that can. Pretty quiet. I guess stuff would have fallen and then fell down here, you know, over a few hundred years. This is where it would end up, I guess. We'll keep looking. I think there's a pond. I think the bay goes into a pond down here. And it's a lot more of a cove, so I think I'm gonna keep pushing this way. Hopefully Eric gets here soon and can kind of park nearby. Oh, I think he's calling me right now. Hello?
Yeah.
Yo, here he is. Hopefully he won his puzzle contest. Eric's new shovel. Relic Hunter. Thing is sick. It's got a little thing. Boom. We got a ketchup packet. Eric's on signal.
I thought you were coming over to show me a ketchup packet.
No, it's coming over to see what you got. That sounds good though. Eric's first signal, he got a nickel. All right, we got a broken fork. It's really encrusted. It's probably modern trash, but we might be able to clean it off at some point and find out. You never know. It's pretty soft. Ooh, I just broke it a little bit. Pretty cool. We got a dime. Had a couple pennies back there. Not much to report in the last 20 minutes. Well, there's a date.
What's the same signal?
1885, 1985, I don't know. Something like that. Little piece of a lure in the wet sand. Right next to this iceberg. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Can I step on this? Checking out the water a little bit. Just been getting a bunch of pennies, a little bit of trash on the beach. Eric's got some coins, quarters, etc. Some icebergs. Found a few more sinkers. But we're coming up to the pond entrance now. I think this is supposed to be the pond, or part of it. There might be more around this bend here. But it'd be cool to get back there. Up in the woods. Maybe this spring. All right, first decent signal in a little while. Well, it was decent. It was reading up like 48. Now it's 39 and a little mixed, but oh, there it goes, 44. Oh, is that a pull tab? No, Is that lead? That looks like lead. That's exactly what that is. Deformed lead. What is this? Let's see. Oh, there's a rock in there. It's almost like a ring. See if we can get that rock out. There we go. Rock's out. What the heck is this? It's definitely lead. It looks old just by the oxidation, but don't really know. Have to ask Eric.
From a net or something like that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? If there's
Yeah.
a hole all the way through like that, it probably just broke.
Yeah.
Maybe it went around like a dowel or something.
Right.
Because it
Right.
has a big diameter in there.
That makes sense. Oh, you got some lead too?
Yeah.
Tons of lead.
That's an interesting one. It looks old.
I know, that's what I was saying. It's like kind of oxidized, like a musket ball. Another really oxidized piece of lead here. I don't know if that's a fishing weight of some kind or a bullet. I'm gonna guess fishing weight, but it seems pretty old. All right, we're coming up to the pond now. Looks like we're set up for a beautiful sunset. The signals have quieted down. We've just been getting a bunch of coins and lead, and all seems pretty modern. But you never know. I mean, if people are hanging out here today, there's a good chance they were hanging out here hundreds of years ago too. And if this was the safe harbor, then they probably had their big boats out there and took little boats in here. Could be, I mean, could literally be anywhere along this beach, but look at this water flowing. It's super clear. That's an, oh, good bit of current in there. It's flowing pretty good. Oh, look at this. All right, that's an iffy signal, but we're gonna dig it. Hang on, before we get further on that, look at this clear water, little mini river. That's so cool. This is where I'd be looking for arrowheads for sure. But you never know. Up in here, who knows what this looked like 300 years ago. All right, let's go back to this signal. All right, that's why it was an iffy signal, because it's just some can slaw. Modern trash. Hopefully there's some old treasure amongst all this. All right, we're kind of in the pond. Got a signal in here. Oh my gosh, it's a pull tab. Ugh. That's a Budweiser pull tab in the middle of this beautiful spot. What are you gonna do? Gotta keep going. Man, that's cool. Kind of wish I bought the little door for the GoPro, because I have the media mod on. I don't have the side door to make it waterproof. I would throw that thing under there. Be crazy to get a signal right here. Good signal. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna make an attempt. That's pretty deep. Oh, I don't think I could do it. All right, that signal kind of disappeared. At least it's in here. Nope. Dang, I thought we were gonna pull something cool out of here. Might have went further down into the abyss. Oh, it's right there. All right. Let's see if I can do a reverse scoop here. Oh, I doubt it. Might have to call it on that signal. If I get it out, I'll let you know. All right, I did have to bail on that signal. We're kind of losing daylight. I was getting my feet wet, but that's probably a pull tab, and I don't really think I could dig here. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that one too. Bummer. But in all honesty, that first signal that was under the ice was probably aluminum, and that was probably a pull tab, because I did just find one right back here. And I found part of an aluminum can, so it's a bummer to get that that modern trash all the way back here. All right, we got a really junky signal right here, but we have to dig it, given the location. It's all over the map. All right, we got it out. Probably more aluminum. Yep, there you go. Pull tab. That's the name of the game. Gotta dig it all. But we cleaned up a lot of trash today. Not a lot, I should say, but always feels good to get some trash off of the planet, off of the beach, and find some coins along the way, all modern. But if you don't go, you won't know. We could probably come back to this spot. I think we can park over there and maybe hit that other side there. You know, you can hit a spot so many times and still not get everything. There's always going to be stuff left behind, so it's always worth rechecking a spot, even if you think that you got everything or you feel like it's too trashy. If there's history, you know, there's always a chance to find something. I can almost guarantee you there's some old coin or old buttons or something from the colonial era. But again, you don't know if you don't go, so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep digging. If we find anything cool, I will let you know, but this is probably gonna be the end of the video here. It's just freaking beautiful out right now. We're about to get hit with that blizzard the next 2 days. It's gonna look a lot different, but it's almost spring. So we'll have a lot of detecting ahead of us. A lot of videos to be done. Hopefully some old coins to be found. Old relics, gold, silver, all of it. But as always, thank you for watching. And we'll see you on the next one. Again, we're not quite done. If we find something cool, I'm gonna show you, but otherwise, thanks for watching.